What a start. And that one won't be easily moved. I think it's one of his softer ones.
That's one of the sacks we're looking at. We're talking about at the moment, whether we're all on a level playing field, I suppose, is probably the. And if you blinked, you missed it.
Yeah, that was Zheng
missing a drive, and didn't hover over it for too long, did he? Didn't take his time. I was going to ask the question whether he was going to be able to move that, but we didn't get a chance to see. It was over and done with before we got a chance to think about it.
Yuansen ZHENG this time. He's got a little bit of movement.
And invites his partner up.
Yes, you referred to that red ball as a sack, and in some ways that's what it more resembles, isn't it?
Yeah.
A sack of wheat.
Looks more like a bag than a ball.
Ximei LIN.
Yeah,
right up to it, well done. It's a very fluid action, hasn't she, this thing? Easy.
And she gives it quite a lot of height, and you wonder whether the ball's going to make the distance, but it always seems to creep its way up there, doesn't it?
Tanbut.
Whereas the Thai guy's a very low trajectile, like a bullet.
Thai's got a little pocket of supporters at the far end of the court that they're throwing towards.
And the coach is one of the most vocal.
Yeah, they're really match for the Korean teams.
Yeah, nice effort.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? There's going to be a change nearly with every delivery to who's holding. Lin again.
Yep.
Oh. They're on the money.
It's a good job. But they have used up 5 balls, and Thailand still got 4 in the bag.
Tanbut once more.
Nice drive. Yeah, nice drive. Now it's all or nothing here for ZHENG. This is their last. Yeah, this is their last throw.
So he's not been the dominant force in this first end we expected.
Is he cheeky enough to try and bring that front blue along with it, or is he just going to try and take the one? That's what he's done.
Well, it's very close to the red as well. And LARPYEN hasn't... Has he asked for who's holding? Did he?
I'm not sure. I didn't see any indication from the referee. And he is actually the only one with balls left in the Thai pair. How accurate was that? How accurate was that? Yep.
Yeah.
Now they've asked for the score, I think. 3.
3.
Wow. And 2 to play.
This is going to hurt. So there's just a pause here, Rob.
I think David, the referee, may have shown the incorrect side of the bat, so the timer has started China's time rather than Thailand's time. Not that we're in any doubt that it's going to take Larpyen more than 3 minutes to throw his last 2 balls. No, David. Red. No, David. Red. They're out. There's a ball out, David. He's forgotten about the one that's off court. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Now we're rolling.
Yeah, David Leong from Hong Kong is the referee.
This is not common territory for Zheng, is it?
No, they could go down by 4 here. No, that one's not in the mix.
Nope. He wants to be careful he doesn't clip that blue and ruin the 3 that he's got.
Holding 3. Chasing more.
Yeah, chose to come down the side and hopefully hold one, but not to be.
So that's the end of the action of the first end, except for the counting. And it looks to us like 3.
Yep, they'll be pretty happy with that, Thailand. 3. As we said, that's not common territory for Zheng. Behind on the scoreboard. I don't know if we've seen it at all.
No,
yet, have we?
I don't think so. And Tanbut was the standout in the early stages of this first end.
Yeah, he nailed everything he threw, didn't he?
And a couple of those red ones do look ridiculously soft, I have to say. They don't hold their shape too well.
That will become a point of contention over the next period of time, I believe. That's because, yeah, the argument is that you can't call that a ball. And
they're quite happy to use them, Rob, because they're hard to shift once they've taken a position near the jack.
Yeah.
So if the player knows how to throw them to the right distance, try and shift them.
Yep. Shifting's another story.
So David Leong, head down over the task, and the skipper's watching closely. All right, we didn't get an uninterrupted view of what he was up to there, David, so we'll know in a moment though.
Only 2.
Only 2, all right. They've dodged a minor bullet there, China. It could have been worse. We're looking at 4 there for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as you suggest, they did dodge a bullet or 2 there. And 2 certainly is not far enough in front of a team including Zheng to think you're safe.
And China will lead us away in the second end of this 4-end clash. They don't muck around the BC4s, do they? They start off with 6 minutes, just for the exercise. You might keep tabs on how much of the 6 they use.
Yeah, well, neither got down below 2 minutes there, and I don't see that changing.
But you're pointing out in an earlier broadcast, Rob, that they're going to have that time allowance shaved.
Yes, that's the plan. That all classifications will have their overall time won't change, because at the moment their jack is timed within their 6 minutes. The plan, as of 1st of January next year, will be that they get a minute for the jack, and then their overall time for the rest. That's a great start. Their overall time is then reduced for the balls down to 5, which still effectively gives them the same amount of time. But
all right, yeah.
I mean, giving them a minute for the jack is just ridiculous. Quite frankly, there'll be nothing more boring in the sport of boccia than sitting there watching someone take a minute to throw the jack. That's a great start. I keep referring to Zheng, but Lin's no slouch, is she?
Larpyen now.
Bang.
They've come to play,
Yeah,
Thailand here.
absolutely.
Just blasted
He
open.
gave that everything he had.
He had a better look at it than did Tanbut. But Chaloemphon Tanbut had a very good first end. He's wiped the sweat away. He's got a very good look at the jack. Should be able to lob this one in for shot. Yep, good enough.
Yep, he's taken shot there, I think. But Zheng couldn't get to the front of the line quick enough once he realised they held the shot. He's very keen to get on with it here.
Composed, as usual.
Goes into his pre-shot routine.
Yeah, well, that was odds on. He
Yeah.
just straight up the line over a short distance, and one of the best in the world.
You wish you had a lawnmower that reliable.
If I remember to put the right petrol in, it generally is.
Yeah, I'll tell you, mine isn't. It takes me more turns than that to get mine to start.
Tanbut again. Oh,
yeah.
He's impressive.
Yeah. Very, very accurate. Both the Thai BC4s.
I'm just surprised. You know, Tanbut's competition number 415 suggests he's well down the list.
He may just be a new player. This may be his international debut. He may not be seeded at all. I haven't seen him before.
No. Okay. And smashing it open. Here's Zheng. That's worked out quite nicely for him because China are holding again, so it goes back across to Thailand. LARPYEN this time. Oh, well done. Yes, well found, Rob. We've just had a look through the program, folks, and next to Tanbut's name, in fact, for all the competitors, it says whether they're ranked or they've played internationally before. And Tanbut is a new international player for Thailand.
Well, she cleared the way for herself. So both teams 4 balls down now.
I guess the impressive thing about Tanbut, though, is that he's come in as a new player at such a high level.
Yeah.
Where's he been hiding?
Yeah. Goodness knows.
Perhaps he's a reluctant traveller. Oh. Not quite.
They might be happy with that.
That one needed to be there for Ximei Lin.
It's done her partner no favours either. She really should have swallowed that jack from there.
Well, Zheng's going to have to call on most of his skills here. What's the option? Does he just toss one on top of the jack, or oh, it looks ugly from a blue perspective.
Oh, he's gone the left hand. This is the first we've seen of this from Zheng. Yeah. Oh, just
unlucky.
overcooked it slightly. That's the first time.
I'm not surprised that he's useful with the left hand. We just haven't seen it.
Yeah. Just overcooked that.
So Thailand could be out to a very decent lead here, and LARPYEN's not finished.
No.
Oh yeah, he likes that.
Yeah, yep.
Well, this match is really knocking China's confidence around.
Gee, I'll say.
A Thai pair, very impressive.
And there's a fair chance he's going to put a fourth one in here too.
He's playing like a veteran.
He really is. Oh, I think that's enough too, is it?
That might be in too.
Gee.
All right, this could be as many as 4. That looks like it's in the count.
It's got my vote.
He's not sure, but he's optimistic. All right. So David Leung from Hong Kong come in and measure any of the ones in dispute. I want to draw you back to that left-handed shot of Zheng, and for the folks watching it not familiar with Boccia, then obviously it creates a completely different angle for you from the other side of the chair, and maybe a more open one.
Very much so, very much so. So when we're looking down the court, if you're able to play from either side of your box, that gives you an extra metre one way or the other, which is an enormous advantage if you're able to do it. Both of our Aussie guys use their left hand from time to time, but they'd struggle to match that.
4 to Thailand,
Yeah,
and this is a massive first 2 ends.
6-0. That's tough.
Oh well.
And as you'd expect, I'm assuming it's China has called the timeout just to try and arrest this.
So China, you know, Zheng is the #1 BC4 here. He's just not being given anything to work with. They've been awkward ends for him, the first 2.
Yeah, they've really applied the pressure, the Thai pair, haven't they? They've poked their nose in front and kept it there the whole way.
Well, it's the nose and the head and half the body in front now.
Well,
at 6-0 after 2, and there are only 4 ends in the pairs, not 6 like in the teams.
There's not as much road left to catch up and overtake, is there?
No. Thais have got tremendous return out of Chaloemphon TANBUT.
He's getting quite the pat on the back from the coach.
You're doing well, boys. Don't change anything.
Yep.
They'll be telling themselves, look, we've only got to win 1 of these last 2 ends, and we're home.
Well, yeah, it does come down to that, doesn't it? It's just it's a simple equation. Win the next end by 1, game's over.
Or drop less than 6 in losing 2. That's not that unattractive either. Zheng under the pump, not used to seeing this.
No, he's usually the one creating all the running, isn't he?
Just wonder what he's up to there. Might be. Is he swapping? Is he allowed to swap with Lin? Which 2 they have?
I actually can't answer that. I'm sorry to tell you, Steve.
I mean, they come onto the court with 4 between them.
6 between them,
so
3 each.
Beg your pardon, 6 between them. I was thinking 4 ends.
Yep.
And I just wondered what they were up to there.
Maybe they were sorting out whose balls were who. Maybe they have a couple that look very similar to each other. But yeah, I'm not sure if you can swap balls. I'll have to come back to you with that answer.
Okay. Just a few seconds left in the timeout. And,
I can't do it that quickly.
No. David Leung back to the centre of the court, about to signal, let's get it on.
I missed Paul Coffey's opening too. What was it this time?
I didn't either. I missed it. So Pornchok LARPYEN to throw the jack. Just gets a little sideways glance from his teammate to Tanbut. Don't know what he thinks of that length, but he'll be happy if
doesn't look like too much bothers Mr. Tanbut.
He's been in red hot form. LARPYEN, a tie skipper.
Bang. But there is an opening there for the Chinese team. They've left that jack open enough for them for the Chinese to think they've got a chance. So
they can both see it, but Zheng can see more of it, and so he throws one in, and as simple as that.
Does a great job. Gee, he's accurate, isn't he?
And he's quick.
Yeah.
There's no thing. Oh gosh, this is a tight run. I better concentrate.
That's right.
He's just in the zone.
Yeah, it's
in an instant.
It's like some coaches, cricket, and see the ball, hit the ball. See the jack, hit the jack.
Now Tanbut.
Yep. Equal to the task.
What's he thrown now? 13 balls in the match, and he hasn't had a bad one.
No, that's.
And if he stays that accurate, it's going to be very hard for China to squeeze 7 shots out of 2 ends.
Yeah. Wow.
Zheng forced to go aggressive. Completely changed the nature of the end, actually, with the jack having moved to, what, 1.5 meters.
Yeah, he really gave it a fearful belt.
Ximei Lin up through the middle. It's okay.
Tanbut's got a good look at that, though, particularly as he's left-handed.
Negotiated the traffic well enough, but ran out of petrol. LARPYEN. My goodness.
That's
whatever they had for lunch. I want some.
Wow.
They're on top of things.
I had the egg sandwiches. I wonder if they had those.
Might have had some Thai curry.
Yeah, gee. He's negotiated that perfectly, hasn't he?
Yep.
Lin may give that one a little bit too much air. Wow. Wow. What a shot.
Just the game's taken to a new level here in the third end.
Would have been nice to have seen China apply this kind of pressure an end ago.
They just couldn't.
No, you make a good point there.
There was nothing on for Zheng.
The Thai guys just kept the pressure on themselves.
Yeah, Zheng just had to keep clearing the way. Across to Tanbut.
Oh, kidding.
Shot after shot, we're seeing a conversion of who's holding.
Yep. Wow.
The particularly soft boccia ball that in this instance Tanbut's using? Does it in some ways limit the shots that you can play because they're not going to roll?
Well, it doesn't seem to with these guys. They seem. I've watched them on the warm-up courts, and they can put more than enough oomph behind it to get it to the end of the court. So, and quite often they skid for a long time before they roll. That one didn't. That one rolled right from the start, but quite often they'll skid. But I've watched them on the warm-up court. They can fling those bags all the way to the end of the court. There's no issue for them.
China still holding. They've only got one though. Last one for Tanbut. Having a rethink. Settles down again.
Wow.
Oh.
And he gets that little bit of leg spin on it, doesn't he? He does.
Yeah. Oh, Zheng wants to have a look at this. This is a grim situation in the third.
They've got to manufacture something here with 2 balls. I think it's one apiece. I think Zheng has one and Lin has one.
I see Pele written on one of those Boccia balls. It looked like
I didn't. I wasn't. I was actually watching the players come back to their boxes. I'm sorry.
One of the Thai. There we are.
Yeah, there you go. And another one.
Lin. Nope. Certainly arrived with plenty on it.
There's only the one shot left. My mistake.
And
one red.
Another score for Thailand, and that is effectively the match. They cannot be beaten. And the Thais are very excited, considering the quality of the opposition here with Lin and Zheng. And Thailand, that's a boil over.
Well, yeah. There's no one I've spoken to expects China to get beaten. So I haven't spoken to many of the Thai guys though, so. But everyone else I've spoken to expected China to go through this.
So they picked up 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, and they've got China covered, a 7-0 lead and only 1 to play. And I think Thailand want to make a substitution. So this will be Akom HOYTHONG to come on. Yep, give him a bit of court time with the match decided. So Pornchok LARPYEN will make way for him.
Captain's armband.
They're all smiles. They're delighted with how this is proceeding. The manager went across to give the armband to Tanbut, and he said, "No, I don't want it."
I know. I think he was asking the manager to take the coach to take off his new partner's jacket. Don't want him overheating on court.
Okay. And he's done that before he's entered the box, but now he's put the jacket on.
Well, I'll be interested to see what happens with this jacket,
chair,
because now that it's come on court, it really should stay on court.
Should even be on court. So if you enter the box,
no, I think it's okay that
you
he's
can
come
add
on
to it.
Yep.
And anyway, he's taking it away. So
the referee's not saying anything. So I mean, in the ultimate scheme of things, that's neither here nor there, I suppose. But they are the rules, as I understand it. That what you bring onto the court must stay on the court, and therefore must stay in your box.
all right, fourth end. China knocked off their pedestal here.
setting up a challenge.
Yeah, throwing it right to the corner. Get near that if you can. Zheng. Pretty good over
it's
that
not a bad
distance.
effort. Not a bad effort. In fact, that's a 9-metre jack.
Be interesting to watch Tanbut now over the greater distance. Let me at him. He's been in great form.
Yeah.
Is he the standout for you?
Well, of this match he has been, yes. Larpyen is obviously their highest rated BC4, but he's really taken this game by the scruff of the neck. Tanbut.
It's a long throw for him.
Come up short there.
Too soft, that one.
He, I have noticed when they do go long, I think that one came out of his hand a bit early because they give it a bit more air than that. They give it a lot of air time because once those little bags hit the floor, they start to pull up fairly quickly.
I reckon Zheng has gone to school on the style of Tanbut and thought, well, let's try out on a really long end and see what happens in case we meet further down the track. Now HOYTHONG.
Not a bad effort either.
Yeah. Just slightly overthrowing it, but remember it's his first of the match.
Yeah, he's come in cold. No warm-up.
HOYTHONG. Once more.
Holy
Oh,
what a shot.
What a shot. Have they got some depth in this
wow.
BC4's lineup? Perfect weight.
Yep.
It's got Lin on the drive. No, it just stays in. And plenty of weight.
The boss steps up to the plate.
Too heavy.
They've been completely outpointed here, the Chinese pair, haven't they?
He threw the jack
outpointed.
and he's can't quite find the weight. Ximei LIN. Just going looking for that shot ball and missed it. 2 attempts.
Two balls remaining for the Chinese pair.
Well, Thailand will establish some kind of bragging rights here if they keep China scoreless and change their lineup.
Ooh.
Dangerous.
Yeah, it's a hard target to hit that far away, isn't it?
Zheng. They're really having a nibble at it and can't find it. A few people have asked during the course of this event, Robert, about the jack, and it's identical in weight to the other.
Yep. There's
Boccia balls.
absolutely nothing different from your jack to the rest of your balls. So they come out of the same. They usually come in obviously a full set, 6 red, 6 blue, and the jack, and they're all 275 grams plus or minus 12. Yep, he wants to throw off.
Doesn't want to play?
No.
All right. So don't bother throwing it.
They'll take the 8-0.
And Akom HOYTHONG looked a bit crestfallen.
Yeah, the one he just got on here, fella.
He's just thrown a bomb.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
he wants to throw his last.
Give me another crack. I'll put one right beside it.
Yeah, no, we'll save you for later. You're in good form too. But an amazing result. Zheng and Lin, who've been red hot through the competition, held scoreless in this BC4 Pairs match.
Well, I think from henceforth, Steve, we should give up trying to predict the results of these matches. We thought we were onto something when Zheng was on a hot run, but I think that my last 3 predictions have come unstuck, so I officially give up.
Yeah, I never try to predict anything, and I never will. Anyway, that's a tremendous victory for, well, not just Chaloemphon TANBUT and Pornchok LARPYEN, but the sub Akom HOYTHONG, who came off the bench
and absolutely drilled that Jack.
Well, that's a good result. Thailand 8, China 0. What odds would you have got on that scoreline and that result an hour or so ago?